something happened here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield from 1966. That was written by Stephen Stills. He went in to see his executive at the record company and said, I've got this song here for what it's worth, if you want it. And the guy took him literally. And so that's how it got its name, For What It's Worth. The line is actually not in the song. Here's an easy way to do it. So the verse is just an E major. If you forgot what an E major is, second and third fingers go on the second fret of the A string and the D string, and then your first finger goes on the first fret of the G string. E major. The next chord I'm going to play an A7. If you know an A major, you just take away the finger that's on the third string, the G string, which takes it down to a G note. That's a flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7. So the flat 7 is this note, a G. Here's the easy way to play it. Second finger on second fret of D string, third finger, second fret of B string. So this note is the flat 7, that's why we call it an A7. Sometimes we call it dominant 7, but usually just A7. So here's the strum. Down, chuck, up, down, and you can put in another little down. And the same for the A7. Down, chuck, up, down, and another little down. Sounds complicated. Sounds like this. It's really not too complicated. In one of my other videos, I talked about the chuck. So down, this would be on the 1 and the 2. You muffle the strings just by touching them like that, and then you slap the top of the guitar and you hit some strings at the same time for kind of a percussive effect, really. 1 is down strum, 2 is chuck, the end of 2 up. There's no 3, your hand's got to move back down to get ready for another up. And then the end of 3 is an up, and then 4 is down. And what I find myself just doing naturally is the end of 4 with a kind of, in drumming terminology, they call it a ghosted, where you just sometimes play it, sometimes don't. I'll try to play it real slow. It sounds complicated, but it comes to me naturally, and I want to teach you the way I do it. When you change from the E to the A7, the guitar is quite forgiving. You can just pick your hand up and play the open strings, but that's the one that's kind of ghosted. So watch my left hand. See there, I'm just picking up and That's where I'm doing the and of 4 down to the 1 of the next chord. Pick up again. That's the verse. There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. In the chorus, I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. So again, what I find I naturally do on this is a down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. The chords are E, D, which you probably know is first and second fingers on the second fret of the G and E string, third finger on the third fret of the B string. Now you do not want to hit the open E when you play this D chord. That note's not in the chord, so avoid that. To an A, to a G is the way I play it. Again, when you're changing to the next chord, it's kind of forgiving. You can pick your hand up. See how that works? Just work on it with a metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Okay, I think you get the picture. You can find the lyrics on my site or find them somewhere else on the internet. If you watch them on YouTube, Neil Young is just playing a harmonic. That's where you just touch without fretting the 12th fret. Then you got to play close to the bridge. So you know it's a harmonic if you take your finger away and it's still ringing. So it's an E note, and then up on the, that's the 12th fret. Up on the 7th fret, if you just barely touch over the 7th fret, if you fret it, it sounds like that. If you just play the harmonic, it sounds like that. So that's what Neil's doing. He's playing through a Fender amp with some tremolo on it. I think they call it a vibrato on the amp, but it's actually tremolo is when the volume varies. And what Stephen Stills is doing is he's anticipating 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What I did is I started out kind of combining those 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But that's fancier than you probably want to get into. Have fun with it, and I'll see you next time.